Hello to you all. Here are a few elements for the corrections of your exam. First, you know that in data you need to have the county name. The counties are here, and this is an abstract from Wikipedia. Let's put this into a table. Try the less ugly color for you, and here you are. You will need the code and you will need the name. The problem is you can't do this way, because imagine you're going to do your VLOOKUP, recherche V. You are going to take the code, semicolon, and you know that a VLOOKUP starts with what it has. If you have a code, you start with the code and you go on the right. The problem is that the name of the county isn't on the right, so that's gonna work. Let's correct that. If you want your VLOOKUP to work, you need to put the column on the other side. If you can't do that, if that's too complicated for you, never mind. Just insert a column here, and you're gonna do equal that, so that you have the same thing here and here, and now you can do your VLOOKUP as you want. So let's do it. Equal recherche V, you need a code, semicolon. You go here, you start at the code, you go on the right, semicolon. You want the second column, and you want an exact search. And now you've got the name of the counties. That's done. Then, second part, the CSV import. You start with a new sheet, and that will be the CSV, so that I'm not going to be mistaken. I'm going into data. I would like a text file. I'm going to look for your exam, which is somewhere in the subject, in the mail, and I am inside correction. Yes, that's the one. So you want to import it. You don't know exactly what you want, but it's not fixed value, it's delimited, that's for sure. Now, what is the delimiter? That's semicolon. Let's do it. And well, I think you can do it, it's okay. And you've got the ID, the prevision, and the date. Now, I told you that you might have a little box telling you that this selection is linked to a text file. Do you want to put it in a table? Yes, I want to put it into a table, and that's done. I'm going to take in data the ID in my VLOOKUP, and I'm going to fetch the forecast. Is it in the right order? Yes, it is. ID first and then prevision on the right, so everything is fine here. Let's go to the forecast. I'm here. What do I want? Equal VLOOKUP, recherche V. I need what? The ID, semicolon. I'm going into my VLOOKUP, I take everything, it's okay, semicolon. Which column do I want? I want the second one, that's the one with the forecast. And do you want exact or approximative search? I'm gonna tell exact. Okay, enter, and you've got the data. But, you know, I told you in the instructions somewhere, use 0 as the value when the forecast is missing. So let's replace, and you've got two ways to replace it. First one would be with isNA, which is a very complicated formula. There is a new one, which is if is there error. I'm going to do differently. Very simple, manual, but simple. I don't want to select everything. I just want the NA. Okay, I'm going to replace that by 0, so let's type 0, and here I'm going to double click on the square. It's the same thing as going down, down, down. So double click, it's done. Now, do I have is NA or NA somewhere? No, I've just replaced the number. So that's the simple manipulation of Excel, and you've got your data. Okay, it's done. Now you can do your charts and your pivot table. For the second part, the one with the dashboard, you need to check what you want. Here in the dashboard example, I've got some data, I've got some charts, and there is the distinct over there. So that's the tricky part. You had some tutorial and you know that if you have some distinct, it's a good idea to start with distinct. Otherwise, things might not move as you want. So I'm going to do it this way. Insert, pivot table. I click because I want the distinct and I click OK. Now, you know it takes a little while for the data model to load, but then you've got your code, you've got everything over there. So now, what do we need? First, you had a first chart, which was the county name, and what you wanted is the gap. Okay, you've got it. Now, if you want it with the correct order, you can put that in the right order. You do insert, you put your chart. So I chose to put a very long chart like this. Maybe it's not a good idea, but I've got my chart. You can get rid of those buttons if you don't want them. If you want some values, you just click here to have the data. Okay, you could do better. If here you wanted some delimiter between the 1000, you know how to do that. A good idea would be to come here and to change the number format, so you can have a go. Usually you don't need decimals, but you need a separation of thousands, and done. And now you've got that, it's ready, and that's by county. Let's do it by county. Okay, I'm going to change the name here, TCD for pivot table, and that's county. Okay, done. If you want to duplicate, you've got two solutions. Right click, move or copy, create a copy, and you tell where you want it. Okay, now you have a second one. Or you can do right click, click, and a control and everything, and it's another choreography, but not for today. That will do. This one will be by operator. So operator, and that will do. Okay, what do I have to change to have it by operator? I just get rid of the county name, done, and I need to put the operator name. Where is it? I've lost it. Here it is. So now I've got the second one. You see it's a bit tight, you can't really read it. So the second thing to do is just to have the big ones at the top. It will be easier, I think. That's my guess. And if you don't want, you can get rid of that. I don't care. It's just to give you an idea of who is at the top. And once again, I think you need a big one if you want it to be readable. And here you've got the ones with negative numbers, and should be okay. Yes, you've got your chart over there. You can do some adjustment if you want to put that a bit away, but it's okay. This one is by operators. Okay, done. That's cool. Now we have 2 of 3. What was the third one? Actually, and you might see that for later, if you don't want that, if you want that in another order, you can duplicate this one. I'm doing the shortcut, but you can do it with right click and move. I'm going to call this one just by operator, and this one is alpha, because I want it in alphabetical order. So I'm gonna just put this one for later in alphabetical order, and I get rid of the chart. I don't want it. That will be for the mail merge if you need to. Okay, now, what do you want? You want some other things, you want something by status. So let's do it by status. I think that's how it's spelled. You don't want this kind of chart. You want here, not that, but maybe you can choose what you want. Actually, I'm pretty okay with that. And you can put status twice here, and you've got your chart. Once again, if you want to, you can change The formatting, you can change it somewhere else if you don't want that here, but I'm used to that, so it's okay. You've got your formatting here, and what you can do is insert your chart. Once again, if you click here, you've got etiquette, which is not really readable, and if you go at the bottom, you can have legends over there. Good idea. If you want some more options, once again, you just have to click here. Maybe you want values. Actually, what do you want? Comma, point virgule, or another line? Maybe another line, yes. So that's one will be the status. Okay, done. And I'm going to right click because I don't like those things over there. And what else do I don't like is maybe that. Oh, I don't want that. Maybe just get rid of the legend because you've already got it here. And it's done again. So what do you want now? You would like the numbers, the one at the top. So how do you get that? I'm going to start with status. That will be the last part, then we can use them. So this one will be TCD, and I'm going to call that Key Performance Indicators. It's just a name. Now get rid of that. You come here. What do you want here? Do you remember? We need some data like what we realized over there. So realized here. I would like the forecast here. What I would like, I think I would like the gap, and maybe I would like the absolutely gap too. That's quite some numbers over there. And then, and that's the one you're expecting, all of you, I guess, you want the number of operator names over there at the top, at the bottom, and you want the county names. And with that, you've got everything. Okay, now the last two ones are special because you don't want the number of lines, you want the distinct. And your tutorial about distinct was very good because that's the total distinct over there, done. And you want the same thing for the second one over there, distinct, done. Okay, that's one of the best part. Now you just have to use that in your dashboard. Let's do that in a second. So now what we would like is to use those KPI and put them in our dashboard. So that's a bit far. I'm going to take this dashboard as example. Please do better than me. I'm sure you can, no problem. Let's use that. So you know that if I am here, I want realized, I'm going to click enter and I'm going to take the realized number here. And you've got the data. Actually, you've seen that here, those numbers, they should have something like the separation for thousands. It's easier for me to read them. So that's a good idea. The problem is that here, if you want to put an image, this will be behind the image. So if you want to have a number, that's a good idea. Or if you want to have a square here, you can have a square. No problem. And what you can do is do equal and click here, for example. And you will have the same number. Actually, I'm going to put it in white over there. You can put it, if you put this one with the 1000, you'll have it in 1000 over there. You can change it. And this one will be above the image if you want an image. Okay, I'm not going to do all the presentation. I just want here the forecast. Here, I want the gap. And we'll set the absolute gap, so that's this one. And here I want the margin of error. I really don't know how you would do it. Actually, I thought it was a good idea to do that divided by that, and maybe to put it in percentage or something like that. And I've got something like 20%. It's maybe not the best way. You can do better if you want to, no problem. And what I'm going to do is just to put that bigger for you to see and adjust a bit here, and it's going to be okay. Now, you wanted the number of counties equal number of counties here. You wanted the number of operators equal, you've got that, and you've got them. Once again, you can put that bigger if you want to, so that you'll see if it moves or not. And then you've got all this presentation, and I'm going to replace that. So you wanted first the counties. Where are my counties? Over there, I think. I don't know, I can't find them anymore. Yes, counties. So you wanted the counties. I take the counties, I go back to my dashboard, I put the counties here. Okay, you wanted the status here. I take it, I put the status over there. Okay, and then you wanted the last one. It was the operators, but I want, where is my operators? I've lost them. I completely lost them. I don't know where they are. Here they are. Operators, and that's done. Let's put them there. Okay, now I want a timeline to try to move them all. I am on one of the charts from a pivot table. I go to Analyze, Create a Timeline, Date. Okay. Let's see now. I'm going to put that here. It's a bit ugly, I'm sorry. It's just hints for your correction. You want the quarters over there, and what you want is this timeline to be connected to some of the charts. So I'm going to click them all so that they all move. And now I'm going to try, if I click here, that seems to move, and the charts too. Are they moving? Yes, they seem to be moving a bit slowly, because I'm also recording the video, so it takes a bit of time, but really it's moving all along, and that's done. Now, if you want, you can put an image in between at the background, so that you need to put the square over there if you want that above. Done for the second part. Now, let's see for the merging. So, for the mail merge, I told you it could be a good idea to filter and do just the fourth quarter of 2016. Let's tidy a little bit over there. Here you've got your alphabetical order operators, so you have some of them, something like 60 or I don't know. So I would like to do the mail merge for those 60 to tell them how good they were in their prevision, good or bad, for that. The problem is that you need to have that maybe in alphabetical order to see if it changes with the number. You can have it in any way you want it, no problem. So let's go. If I open the mail merge model, it's going to ask me where the file is, so I need to save this one. Okay, now you've got your mail merge here, you've got the forecasting, and you've got your file which is saved here. Now you want to do mail merge. How do you do a mail merge here? You need to click on mail merge. It's getting very slow, sorry, on my computer, because doing the recording make that. You want to start and to make a letter. Now you want to select from an existing list, and do you remember where I saved your file? It's in InSec, this, no, not at all. It's in Excel classes, and it's in mail, and it's in correction. Oh yes, we've got it. Open it. Now, I told you it would be a good idea if it was with the alpha, because we could see easily what is changing. So now, what do you want here? If you watch the PDF file, here you've got just a number, here you've got a word, so let's put the number. do we have the numbers over there? Yes, I have here étiquette de ligne, sum de gap. If I want the number, that's the sum. Okay, now here, what I would like is maybe something telling me if it's overestimated or underestimated. Do you know how to do that? That's kind of the challenge of the merging. I'm going to use rule, if then else, and I'm going to tell if the gap is below 0, I would like to tell something like underestimated. If it's over 0, I would like overestimated. Okay, so I know it's a bit of tricky part. And here I would like something else. I would like the name of the company. Let's check it. Aperçu. Here you've got forecast is overestimated. Second one overestimated. Oh, this one is below 0. It's underestimated. And here you do have the name of the companies, which is changing. Yes, let's finish it. Let's do all of them. And you've got here a big file ready to print with all the forecast. And you see this one is overestimated, but the next one is underestimated, and that's ready to print. So what you can do now is just doing some file, export, PDF, and if you want to, you can save it. I'm going to save it. I didn't do all that for just nothing. Cours Excel, mail, where are the mail? Here they are. And correction, and my Excel, my PDF file is over there. Okay, so that was a 3-4 parts exam, but really oriented toward the prevision, the forecasting, which I think is quite a big part of your work for now. I hope, nevertheless, even if it was a bit hard, I hope you enjoyed what you learned during this class. Have a nice time and a nice internship or a nice job. Bye-bye. Sorry, I completely forgot about the colors, so let's do it. Let's select the table, that's where you want the color. Let's do conditional formatting, mise en forme conditionnelle, and choose a new rule. For this rule, we are going to use a formula, of course. And let's choose a color for the formatting. Oh, that's, well, everything is ugly anyway, so let's do this one maybe. Okay, let's try the formula. You want the formula to be applied when what? When the date is Sunday or Saturday. How do you say that? You know that jour sum gives you the number of the day, but do you remember you need first a date, then you need something to tell you if you want it the English way, American way, starting at Sunday is 1, or do you want the European way, continental, the one where you start at Monday, day 1. I think I'm going to choose the French way, actually. I think it's easier. And how to tell if the date is Saturday or Sunday? It's when it's above 5. You know, Saturday is 6 and Sunday, sorry, on the other way, it's above 5 and Sunday is the 7. So if you want to apply this to all your data, delete the small dollar over there and click OK, and you've got this applied for the weekend. Okay, this time it's really over. Bye bye.